My review of the Beach Boys album Live in London. But before I talk about the album, I wanted to talk about some of the vinyls I've got recently because this is going to be a pretty short review. Really, all the songs on this album I've already talked about in my other studio album reviews. So pretty much I'm just going to say what's on the album and then say what I think of it. So pretty short review. But I've been buying a lot of vinyl recently. Too much really. Sorry, the race is on. I was like kind of keep getting distracted by it. Yeah, I've been buying like way too much vinyl recently. Decided to wear this shirt. The guy gave me a shirt at the store I've been going to with my cousin. So decided to wear the shirt. And anyway, I've had the Beach Boys Christmas album. This was one of the more recent ones I bought. Actually, I think it's like the most expensive one I got. Kind of was like, do I really want to get this one? And I decided, yeah, I gotta get it. So, I got the Beach Boys concert. I'm holding it like off screen. Surfer Girl. All summer long. This one I kind of debated whether or not to buy this one because it's got kind of a tear along there, but I decided to buy it and it plays really well, so it was worth it. And then also, this was one of the most recent ones, 2020. I actually didn't have it. Got it like 2 days after I did the review. So yeah, I've got more, but I'm not going to show those ones right now because I'll show them later when I do the reviews for those albums. So anyway, Live at London. This album is the one that I listened to more on because I got it on the 2 for Beach Boys concert. This I think is definitely a better album. Although it doesn't have Brian on it. It's got Bruce Johnston, who wasn't on concert, and they've got like a horn section here with them to kind of help recreate the studio sound with some of the tracks more because they're playing some of the Smile era stuff, or not Smile but Pet Sounds. Although there is a Heroes and Villains on a bonus track, but it's not from like the same set of concerts. And also, I think they've got like Ed Carter, the guy that plays the guitar in Bluebirds Over the Mountain, and stuff, a few other people playing with them. So mainly it's the band, but there's some other people, and Brian's not there. So anyway, this album was released in 1970, produced by Carl Wilson and Stephen Desper, I think that's how you say that. So the album opens with Darling from Wild Honey, a song I really like. I think this is a good version, which all the versions are good, so I'm kind of going to, I guess, skip what I think of too much of the individual songs because, I mean, I really like overall I think that the concerts that they captured during this recording or whatever, I think they're really good. Like the band sound great vocally, the performances are like really energetic. I think they do a decent job of making it sound like the album. Obviously it's not anywhere near as like perfect sounding, but I think they do a really good job live, and I think that if I would have been somebody going to one of these concerts back in the day, I think I would have been pretty happy with it. But anyway, yeah, the first song's Darling, the second song Wouldn't It Be Nice, third song Sloop John B, and then California Girls, Do It Again, Wake the World, Aren't You Glad? I actually forgot that Aren't You Glad was on here because I used to not be as into that song as I am now. Now it's like one of my favorite songs, and it's really cool to hear it on here, although it didn't have like the piano part that I love in the studio version. I mean, the piano's there, but it doesn't sound the same. And I just love the way it sounds on the studio version. Bluebirds Over the Mountain, like I said, has that guitar part by Ed Carter, the kind of touring guy with them. or one of their touring players. Hearts Were Full of Spring. It's their a cappella song, and I think it's really crazy, like, how good they sound live even. Once again, I'm always saying these guys are like my favorite vocal band of all time, and I just think they're the best. And like, these songs are like, why, kind of. It's just crazy how good they sound together. And Brian wasn't even there too, which is crazy because I love Brian's voice. Anyway, the 10th song, Good Vibrations, good version of that. And then I think that these were like the encore songs with God Only Knows and Barbara Ann. And overall, the album as a whole, I really enjoy it. Like I said, that it's got 2 bonus tracks with Concert, this one, which are Don't Worry Baby, which the version from that I think is from around the time of Concert, and then Heroes and Villains, which was on like recorded I think for a canceled live album called Laid in Hawaii, I think was what they were going to call it, which that name makes me wish that they had released it. But yeah, I'd say Live in London for me, probably, I don't know if it's my favorite Beach Boys live album. I think the next live album I'll talk about I might like a little bit better, but definitely I think a really cool one. I love the track selection on it. I love that they're playing stuff from like Wild Honey around this period. And yeah, just I think a really good album. I think the band sounds really good. I'll give it a 5 out of 5. Definitely recommend it.